Man's best friend can easily become man's greatest enemy when fleeing the scene of the crime. Northeast Valley News spoke to George Daniolos, owner of K-9 Defense, about what training methods they do to prepare K-9 units to be sold to law enforcement and security services.
Our primary service is to law enforcement. We train and sell police dogs. That's Canela, that's a 3.5-year-old female. She's a company dog, meaning she stays with us and she does private security as well as private detection. She's certified in explosives and patrol. A dual-purpose dog is used to detect an odor, such as explosives, right? And there's several different. When I say an odor, there's 21 different explosive odors that she can detect, but it's going to be strictly explosive-based detection odors. In her work in patrol, she also uses her nose, but her nose in patrol work is used to find bad guys. We focus on a lot of very strong foundational skills. What type of chaos could happen when a dog's biting somebody that could be, running in his mind for his life. So we need to make sure the dog is really conditioned to dealing with chaos and dealing with people that fight back. But even dogs that are trained to bite are social. We don't want dogs that are going to want to bite everybody they see. Right? We want them social and happy until we tell them otherwise.
How does the officer usually get a dog?
What we do is we put officers through this academy. So if they get a dog from us, they go through. We have a lot of our classes are AZ Post certified, meaning AZ Post is a law enforcement organization, peace officers safety training. So they get accreditation through the state that they passed an AZ Post handler course. Normally your first basic is 8 to 10 weeks. But training goes on for the life of the dog. As long as the dog lives, and this really goes for any dog, as long as the dog is breathing, it should be doing ongoing training. All skills are perishable. So even though a dog may look really good today, if we don't continue to build on those skills and improve them and sharpen them, they're not going to look as good next week. Obedience and play. All right. So our obedience is a lot different than it used to be. It's more of a structured play at this point. The dogs are really happy to work. They love the job. It's basically a dog working in an elevated drive state. So we're not doing any type of we're not doing anything that's going to kill the dog's drive. Everything we're doing is trying to enhance the dog's drive. So they develop a really happy association to training, and they move really fast. They train in an elevated drive state. So in real life, when they have to work in an elevated drive state, it's the same way that they train.
Daniolos recruited 16-week-old Czech German Shepherd Ronald and explains how and why he chose him.
The things I look for at real young ages, he was real outgoing, very social, very happy. He wanted to chase and bite everything. Real nice traits in a working dog. If you have a dog that's willing to chase and bite anything, it's not going to make it for what we do.
Really?
Daniolos does bite work training with Ronald, but why caress the head?
So what we're doing here is we're encouraging possessiveness. I want this dog to understand that this right now is an object and it's his prey, right? It's an object of prey, almost triggers the same drive as a dog chasing a rabbit, right? Over time, we're going to condition this dog to understand that when we say so, the human is prey.
What's with the water bottles?
They're basically noisemakers and big visuals for the dog, so the dog learns no matter what chaos might ensue, stick your bite.
And sticking your bite comes no more important than the essential training method, the decoy.
Yes, this is a suit made of French linen. It's a fairly lightweight suit. You can see tapered sleeves and tapered pants, so it looks like clothes, right? We don't like to use big puffy suits with too much padding in them where the dog doesn't have the appearance of a real person. Over time, we've realized how important this skill set is. The decoy is actually the most important person in the training of bite work. Everything the dog is going to learn about fighting a man is taught through the decoy. So the better the decoy is at reading the dog and making the adjustments that the dog needs throughout the fight and keeping it as realistic as possible, inducing and relieving stress, all those things come from a skilled decoy. The better decoys we have, the better the dogs learn to fight.
I'm Nicholas Tirella, and for more news like this, stay with anyvalleynews.org.